Hi, everybody. Welcome to the 10-Minute Book Talk. I'm Katherine Reay, here with my hosts, Rachel Linden and Marie Bostwick. And we are so excited to have Jennifer Moorman with us today. And we have The Magic All Around, an absolutely wonderful, charming book with a little magical realism in it that you're going to love, that publishes this week. So it's available now. And Jennifer, welcome, and please tell us a little about this story, and congratulations on the publication.
Thank you. And thank you for having me. I'm really excited to be here with you. So The Magic All Around, like you said, it's a magical realism. It's a Southern women's fiction. And it's a story of Maddie Russell. And she is a free-spirited, independent woman at the point in the story. And she has been following and traveling with her mother her whole life. That's the only life she's ever known. Every 2 years, they move to a new town all across the United States. So it's this very free lifestyle. Well, this is not a spoiler alert because it happens at the very beginning, but unexpectedly, her mother dies. So her mother has been her sole companion, her best friend, and also her mother her whole life. And so she's left adrift and not really knowing, well, who am I without someone else leading me around and showing me how to live? Well, she has to go home to her mother's small town in Georgia to probate the will and to be with her family. And her mother never wanted to stay in this small town, but Maddie doesn't really know why. So she's got that same feeling, I don't want to be there either. However, unexpectedly, they find out that her mother has left behind a will that has a testamentary trust. And in order for Maddie to claim her inheritance, she has to do a series of seemingly random tasks that make no sense to her. So she is incredibly frustrated. She has to have her aunt approve everything to make sure she does all the tasks according to the will. But really, the more tasks she completes, the more she realizes that her mother already had a well thought out plan for Maddie ahead of time, that she learns who her birth father is. She learns to put roots down in a town, that it's okay to actually stay somewhere and to have a family and to open your heart up to people, because being on the move, she learned to not attach to anything, including people. So as she completes these tasks, she meets the people in the town. She gets to spend more time with her family. She spends more time in their family home. And so by the end of the story, you can see that she is planting this beautiful garden, literally and figuratively, and that she has just opened her heart to find out, who is Maddie and who does she want to be?
Oh, that's
Beautifully told.
lovely concept. And I love the series of tasks. I think that's so engaging because instantly you're thinking, oh, I want to go along on this series of tasks and see what she learns. So I think it's a lovely concept. What sparked the idea for that, for this, for the story?
Well, it's going to seem random at first. This started out as a short story in my head, and it was the story of Maddie now what I didn't mention was that every summer her mother would drop her off in this small town for the summer, so in between her school year, and she would spend her summers with her aunt and her other family members that are there in their house. And so one summer, she's born on Halloween, and so one summer she meets this guy. And then she returns on her birthday every year as well, and she meets him again. And so that was the story in my head. I was like, well, who does she meet on her birthday? She's having cake by herself. Why is she outside? Who is this young boy that she meets, and why do they connect? So it's the story of the neighbor originally and Maddie, and his name is Jonathan. And so that sprouted. And when I started wondering, how could I expand this story? I wanted to figure out, who did Maddie become? And who did Jonathan become? He's the neighbor. And they connected that one summer and that one night on her birthday. And so what brings her back to town? What brings him back to town? And so just asking myself questions about these two people who potentially could have been boyfriend and girlfriend. What happened to them? And where did they end up? And then the story, The Magic All Around, it just expanded from there. I brought in her mom and all the other family members and the house and the town. And so that's where the inspiration started, with just two young kids meeting one night at almost midnight on her birthday, and who they became.
Oh, that's lovely.
This is the most fun about being a writer, right? You just get to imagine things, and that's your job. That's wonderful, right? I love what we do. So Jennifer, you got some great characters in here. Maddie, obviously, her mother Lilith, Penelope. But there is one very unusual character, and I would like you to tell us more about that, like how you brought that character to life and where you got the idea. And that character is, in fact, the house.
The house. Well, the house wasn't intended to be a character on its own. It just evolved as well. And I love the idea of a house being in tune with the people that live in it. So it wasn't supposed to be an enchanted house, but it kind of ended up that way. And it's not always outwardly enchanted, but it has these quirks about it. And so the story is that it was built from wood from the Appalachian Mountains. The trees were cut down during a full moon. And so the story is the house is enchanted because of that. But Maddie, at the start of the story, is not buying any of that magical stuff. She does not think that's real. But literally everyone in the family has special gifts. And then the house is its own character. It grows with them, not literally, but it grows with them. It loves them. If you think about homes, they're the keeper of your stories. They've been there with you through all kinds of things, through happy times, sad times, exciting. And so the house responds to the people inside of it in little ways. The pantry rearranges items for exactly what you need. Doors will open and close, whether it wants you in there or it doesn't want you in there. The lights will turn off and on. The smoke alarms will go off. There's a radio that plays. It's just this quirky little thing that I didn't intend that way, but it just happened. And I love the house. I want to live in that house. So that's probably also what happened.
Really is a wonderful house. As I said, you have so much, as you said, just, a wonderful house and wonderful characters in the town. And there is so much that is lovely in this book. And you also have deeper themes, as you said, of identity and Maddie growing into herself. What would you like readers to walk away with when they turn that final page?
Gosh, I think to stay open to opportunities. And so for Maddie, she closed herself off and didn't even realize it. And so there's this Rumi quote, and apologies for not being exact on it, but it's not to look for love, but it's to look for all the barriers we've built against it, or to block love out. And so for Maddie, unintentionally, and sometimes intentionally, she has done that. She has put these barriers up around herself to protect herself from, if you move every 2 years, you've got to say goodbye a lot, and you've got to let go of friends. And then maybe you stop making friends, and you stop reaching out to people, and you stop letting them in, and you're safe with just your one person, her mother, that she has chosen. But then what happens when her mother's not there? Then she's literally been living her life according to someone else's idea of what her life should be like. So I like to think that it would leave people with the idea that it's okay to love. It's okay to plant roots. It's okay to try things. Not everything is going to work, but just to be open to the chance that it could work, that you could let people into your life who expand you, make you happier, just compliment you. Because it is a story of hope and love, and her reconciling her mother, because she's angry with her mother at first. How could she have basically ruled my life? And then she understands her mother was doing it because she loved her. And just understanding people are very complex and complicated, and your mother is more than just your mother. She's someone's friend. She's someone's partner. She's a coworker, and just being able to see the multi-layers that all of us are. So I think I just want them to feel uplifted and hopeful, and just open to the opportunity of the things, of the magic. Here we go. Of the magic all around us, to keep your eyes open for that.
There you
go. There it is.
There it is. I was about to say, well said. Okay, speaking of magic all around us, we always ask everybody what is bringing them joy today. So what is bringing you joy today?
I'm really excited about this. I have a tour that is coming up for the Magic All Around. It literally starts this week with another author who I adore. She is brilliant and creative. Her name is Love Hudson Maggio. And we have been planning for this tour for months. And I'm just so excited to get out and meet people, to meet readers, for her and I to share this adventure together. And so every time we talk about it, I just get more and more excited about, I love meeting readers and talk. They're the best people, right? And
yes.
Writers. They love books. It's like you never meet one you don't like. And so I'm just excited to share these things that we love with other people who also love books. And it's just such an adventure. I'm always up for an adventure. And so it brings me a lot of joy just thinking about the joy that we're going to have.
That's fantastic.
it.
Okay, so everybody, as we said, out yesterday, the magic all around. And Jennifer, if people go to your website, will they find your tour schedule? Okay,
Yes,
so Jennifer
absolutely.
Moorman's website, check out where she'll be in these next few weeks promoting the book. It's lovely, and we know you'll enjoy it. Thank you so much, Jennifer, for being with us. And thank you all for being with us at the 10-Minute Book Talk. See you
Thank
soon.
you.